Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the week 1 Stitch With Me live for the Hygge holiday, Sal 2024. It is so good to see so many of you here tonight. It was really fun to log on my back end here and see how many people were waiting for the live to start. So I see that a lot of you are excited. I am very excited as well. I do know, I'll just address this first, that the Midsummer Stitch is going on this evening. So I will be keeping the live at maximum an hour tonight. That way, for anyone who is participating in that, you can go over and take part in the stitching rooms and, all of the fun things with that event as well. So this is week 1, and you might have saw in the promo as well as anything that I have posted today. Week 1, I've kind of broken the chart into quadrants. We are stitching the hands-on design Hygge holiday chart. This is the sampler piece. There are also 5 ornament options in this stitch, and it is going to be really fun to see what everybody chooses to stitch. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't picked up the chart, if you were kind of on the fence, I did pin a link in the chat for that. It is in the description for the video as well. And definitely head over to Hands On Design and pick up your chart. For $15, you get 6 different charts. So it's the main sampler chart and 5 ornaments that Kathy has charted for us. This is an exclusive stitch for this stitch along. And I'm so grateful to Kathy for designing this for all of us to have fun with this stitch along. And Kathy's here in the chat. Hello, Kathy. A couple things I want to note about this. This chart is only available for a limited time. So you're going to want to pick this up, even if you're, jumping on here, seeing what everything is all about, and you think, I'm just not going to have time to stitch this right now. Pick it up and, maybe holiday season, or put it in your stash for when you do feel like stitching it. You'll be glad to have that. Quick question. 15 pages. My PDF was only 11 pages. Deborah, I don't know. Let me look and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Mine is 11. So we will have to ask Kathy about that. You may have to email Hands On Design, and I bet I did not put that email in the chat or in the description. So let me do that really fast, because I actually had to send that to somebody else this morning. Let me just put, if you have any questions about the PDF or have any trouble, please email handsondesign.biz, unless Kathy tells us something different. I put it in the chat there. Okay, let me see. Sorry, that got me a little bit distracted. It is 11, Karen said. Okay, maybe, and I don't know. Mine is 15 pages, but they did print front and back. So 15 like individual pages, I think, unless I can't count, which is very likely a possibility. If you have questions, this is the perfect time to ask. So definitely ask, and we will get those answered for you. Okay, everybody is saying 11. It's probably me who can't count. I mean, the possibilities of that are great. Just look at all the times I have to frog and cross stitch. Let me see. Let me scroll back really quick and make sure I haven't missed anything. There is a poll in the chat. It's really fun. If you don't mind taking part in a poll, I'm going to leave it up throughout the video tonight, asking what colorway you're stitching, just because I'm curious. It looks like 73% of you right now are stitching the blues, which is the model on the front cover. Of course, it's absolutely gorgeous. 8% original, 13% Winter Forest. Winter Forest is the colorway I'm going to stitch, and Classic Holiday 8%. So original and classic are about the same. The blues is definitely winning at this point. I think as long as you have all of the charts and you have the color key and then the page that shows you, like, kind of breaks down how to convert the colors, you should be good. Yep. And any technical questions about the PDF, Kathy says, please email them. So, all right. Yeah, Benita, I am a little special, and it's been a long day. This is my second live of the day. I did one live for my work earlier, and this is more fun. They're both fun. Don't get me wrong. They're both fun, but a lot of talking today, and so let's see. The other thing, I can't do 2 polls at once, which is a bummer, so I'll probably do this poll next week, but let me know in the chat, are you stitching the sampler? Are you going to stitch the ornaments? Are you going to stitch both? Like I said, I'll do that poll next week, but let us know. I know a couple of my friends have told me or messaged me privately through social media and said, I'm stitching ornaments only, or I'm going to stitch the sampler only, so let me know. Dawn says she needs to find the fabric. Any white or very light fabric will work, so if you have something in your stash, that would be great. Teresa says she plans to do the smaller ones at a later time. That's awesome. Perfect. Tabitha gets to catch me twice today. Hi, Tabitha. So good to see you again. So let me flip my camera around. First, I guess I should say, if you have never stitched with me before, my philosophy behind a SAL is basically to be your cheerleader, to be like, you know, the world's best cross-stitch cheerleader, to keep us kind of on point, to keep us on goal, and to try to get to a finished piece at the end. So my goal is always to stitch along with you guys while the stitch along is going. So I actually stitch along with my schedule. Sometimes I'm stitching at the last minute, but I'm stitching, and then get us to that finishing piece and finishing the design. That is always my goal with a stitch along, is to end up with a beautiful finished piece that we can display in our homes. Tabitha, question, are you converting any of the winter colors? No, I'm not. Karen says, yes, she was here and she's with me again. It's not too terrible tiring. I will say I laid down on the couch with my dogs for an hour. I didn't eat supper yet. Ethan's at work and he'll be home late, so we're just going to eat late supper tonight. Stitching the holiday sampler blues. That's awesome. Oh, and good. Susan is changing colors to Roxy Floss overdyes. Nice. Sue says you're the best cheerleader. Well, thank you. So that is my goal for this. Now, just in case you haven't seen me say this in a Flosstube or anywhere else, this SAL will be slightly different if you have followed any of my previous SALs. The first 2 weeks will be live. The next 2 weeks will be pre-recorded. You will have amazing pre-recorded content to watch at the same time. So it will be 7 p.m. Central Time for those as well. I am not going to be in town, and I'm not in town like for a few days on the end of each of those. So I can't really do a live those weeks. So I wanted to still provide you content. There will still be social media posts. We'll talk about it in those pre-recorded videos. And then I will come back. And that next week will be another live video, and we'll be stitching, well, I'll be stitching on ornaments, or we'll be finishing up our sampler and all of that. And then the next, or that last 6th week, as you would, I guess is what it would be, will be the finishing tutorial, which will be pre-recorded, but I'll be live in the chat. Denise, what colorway are you doing, Nicole? I might have missed. I am doing the Winter Forest. So the greens and the neutrals. Oh, fun. You guys have so many fun things that you're going to be doing. I love reading all of this here. All right. So we're going to flip around. This, of course, is the cover. Now, the called for fabric, just to show this again, is antique white, either linen or 32 count linen or 16 count Aida. if you use that size, it is made to perfectly fit the Hygge holiday frame from Chantal's 141 design. Kathy's finished hers in here and she painted hers. I will be painting mine. So I will be finishing in the exact same thing, and I will have that finishing tutorial for you, but it's made to perfectly fit in here. I am switching. I do have the antique white, and I'm going to leave it here so you can see. I am using the smoky vintage. Isn't that what is it smoky? Oh, it's going to be one of those nights where Nichol has no idea what she's talking about. It's something smoky. Help me out, everyone. Oh, no. I'm just going to go look. I'm just going to buzz over to my little list because that's going to be the easiest. I'm sure it's in the description of the video tonight. Oh, why would it be so hard to find? I don't want to say wrong, so I'm just going to go look. And it's fine. It's all fine. Vintage smoky white. There we go. I got it finally. We got there in the end. You guys probably are screaming at me telling me what it is. And you can see that it just has a little modeling to it. So that it's one of those screen printed linens. So it's that antique white on the back, but then it has that little modeling screen print on the front. Okay, also in my vintage smoky white. See, Fatima has me. Yep, and Melissa had me too. Oh, how nice. Let's see. Melanie says that she is stitching on 25 count cloud Lugana. It's been a very long time since she stitched on that count, but she's loving the size for where hers is going to sit on the mantle. That is perfect. So for the colorway I am stitching, it is 4 colors. Depending on which colorway you choose, it's going to be anywhere from like 4 to 6 colors, I think. I think I might be missing a color. Am I? It looks like it. Or maybe that's in something else. Well, oh well. I gotta find a magnet to make my chart stay put so I can see what I'm stitching. Okay, we're going to start stitching. Barb, I don't know. I don't think there is shipping to Canada, but I cannot answer that. And the paint for the frame, I know Chantal covered that in her live last night. Faded burlap. Thank you, Kathy. The color is faded burlap, and it is the paint that Chantal carries in her shop. Okay, so I did get a start on mine, and this week, oh, I should have talked about that. So sorry. I am stitching kind of this quadrant. To me, it really easily breaks up into quadrants. I did post on social media this morning, and it was in the beginning of this video, and I just faded out everything but this quadrant here. Obviously, here's the thing with my stitch alongs. I will show you what I'm doing and kind of what I'm following, but feel free to do whatever makes you happiest. I often start in the top left corner, but if you're a center starter, start in the center. Or if you like to work bottom up, that is great too. Absolutely zero rules. I just kind of like to have a loose guideline for how my stitch along flows. All right. So with that being said, I do have a small start on mine, and I'm going to work on filling in during the live tonight. I got to a point where I could do fill in, so hopefully it makes it a little easier. We've talked about this in previous lives where I'm doing stitching. I usually have to frog it afterwards, and the goal is to not have to frog anything. And I also want to show that I have enough fabric here that I did start an ornament. So this is the tree ornament, and I just have to fill that in as well. So I'm going to fill that in this evening while I take part in the other event. Does anyone use an iPad so you can mark off stitches? That's a good question. Let us know in the chat if you use an iPad. Oh, awesome. Cynthia said she got the same fabric and she's hoping it's here tomorrow. I hope it's here tomorrow too. I am going to grab my floss. Maybe. We'll get set up. Yep, if you can't, stitch on whatever count you want. This count works perfect for the finishing piece, but this would also be a beautiful piece to get framed, custom framed, especially if you want to stitch on something else, on a different count of fabric. Oh, nice. Hello, Christine from Australia. Donna uses her iPad to stitch. Teresa, I can't say. I don't have... Okay, so here's a fun fact about Nichol. I don't have an iPad. I've never had an iPad. My kids have all had iPads. I've never stitched from an iPad. I always stitch from a paper chart. So I cannot answer a single question about stitching from an iPad. I am so sorry. Experts on that, let us know in the comments because I have zero idea. I know everyone is kind of surprised that I don't even use an iPad. I have no idea. I'm so old, I guess. I guess I'm not. I mean, my mom has an iPad. What's wrong with me? Okay. Kim is asking Melissa, what program do you use? Donna uses Good Notes. Lots of Good Notes suggestions here in the chat. Okay, so what I like to do when I do the stitch with me, so you can see me stitching, is I will use my Halo Daylight Go to stitch so that it zooms in. I do stitch in hand. I don't use a hoop or a Q-snap or anything like that. So you'll see me wadding it all up like so. And I do need to probably clip all of this extra out of the way. Let me do that really fast. I left it all nice and flat because I don't keep it all rolled up, and then I always just clip it. Let me find a clip. There we go. Okay, so here's how I stitch when I have a lot of extra fabric. I'll just roll it up so that it makes it a lot easier for me to hold in my hand to stitch. All right, let's get this back so we can see if we can see that. That looks pretty good, I think. Lots of Good Notes, markup RXP, which I really would... Okay, so this is such a dumb reason to get an iPad. That's the only reason I want one. Because I want to try markup RXP. But what if I don't like it? And then I bought an iPad for nothing. I'm sure I'd use it. I'm sure. Kim says on Good Notes, can you mark stitches? I think Leslie is saying yes to that, but... All right. Okay, that is kind of odd. Let me see if I like this better. There we go. What is your light? It is the Halo Daylight Go. It is linked down in the description. And this is the rechargeable one. I also have the one that you have to keep plugged in all the time. And then I have not this little one. This is the one I use when I'm traveling most of the time or when I'm stitching on camera. But at my chair, I have a different one. It's still the Daylight Company, but it's one that's actually been discontinued, which really stinks because I love it. Donna says, yes, you can mark your stitches. So that's good to know for everybody who loves to mark off their stitches. You're welcome, Peg. Okay, so if you started stitching today, let us know. Or if you started stitching already, let us know that too. I know I woke up this morning to a couple of emails or messages from you guys saying you started. That was really fun to see. Beatrice says she has an iPad so old that she can't even watch YouTube. That's so funny. Yeah, I always feel so funny saying that. Okay, it looks like the poll is at 62% for blues, 20% for winter forest, classic holiday is 12%, and original is 5%. I can't wait to see all the different color combinations. And Melanie says, be careful how you travel on the white because you can see through. That's a very good point. Thank you for pointing that out, Melanie. So you are probably not going to want to travel all over the back of your fabric, which I have not on this one. Oops, let's just move this. So see how in my tree, I made sure and kept my green all here. I didn't let's say if there was green, I wouldn't have drug my thread down here to stitch the green. On darker fabric, I will. I will a lot. But on this, you don't want to. So that was a good point. Thank you for pointing that out. Melissa started stitching around 2 p.m. and has half the tree done and working on the heart. Oh, nice. And Leah started during my card making live today. I love it. Janice, I'm not sure which program you're talking about. Samantha says not techie. All right, do you mean Markup RXP? I believe I was watching Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch, her latest video, and she uses the Markup RXP, and she said that it is for Apple and Android. So I'm saying yes, but again, definitely read the description for that because I don't have it. So I don't want to steer everyone wrong. Oh, fun! Caroline says she's going to hold off on starting. She's going to dye her Ada to model it a little bit. That'll be fun. Okay, who changed their colors totally? Like, I know somebody said earlier that they wanted to do more of like, I'm going to call it shiny bright. That's not what they called it, but they wanted to do like pinks and probably like, I'm going to say aquas and reds and stuff. So maybe more of a modern look to it. Let me know if you completely changed the colors or if you converted to overdyed. Oh, nice. Jennifer says she started last night for a little while. It is really nice to stitch. I love it. It's going to be so beautiful. The ornaments, I think, are going to stitch up real fast. And those are going to be great to, like, I didn't schedule them into the SAL necessarily. I'm focusing mostly on the sampler, but the ornaments are one of those things that I think will be fantastic for like holiday season. If you're wanting to do new ornaments and whatnot, I think that would be great. Shari converted to overdyed and changed the fabric and count. Shari, what are you stitching on? I know you showed me the colors, but did we talk about the count? Can't remember. If you told me, I already forgot. Oh, Teresa, yay, she downloaded Markup RXP. She's got the chart in there. and she has to play with it a little bit to figure it all out. But look at you. Hi, Lucille. Just started ornament and has the red heart done. Yay, Shari. I thought you'd already started. I don't know why I thought that. Is anyone doing the Midsummer Stitch tonight? Mary says she is doing the Winter Forest colorway on 28 count Lugana. Nice. Cindy is keeping the blues but changing the browns to gray. Teresa, that's cute. Thank you. Alethea, I might have said that wrong. I might change the blues to pink but keeping the browns. Nice. 36 raw. Yes, my favorite. It is my favorite. 36 count raw is like the answer to everything for me. That's perfect, Shari. Doing the original and adding in some red ribbon from Classic Colorworks. Oh, that sounds pretty. And Kathy says she's learned something new, that it works in these programs. Kathy, do you ever stitch from an iPad, or do you stitch only from paper? I'm intrigued by it, but that's about as far as I've gotten. Karen wants it to fit on the frame, so sticking to 32 count. That's me too. And Mary's supposed to be doing the Midsummer Stitch. Well, Mary, we'll buzz right on over there here in a little bit, won't we? Meredith's putting her first stitch in. Oh, that's exciting. That's so fun. Steph isn't doing the Sal, but she wanted to join for crafty fun. She's working on inflating balloons for an arch for her daughter's wedding shower. Oh, congratulations, Steph. Thanks for popping in. Hope we can keep you company while you're inflating balloons. Midsummer Stitch, Donna, is by Lindy Stitches. So kind of the same. It's Steph who does the Jingle Ball. And it's just a, what is it, 24 hours, I think, event. And it's not this scale of the Jingle Ball, but there's stitching rooms. So you can get on virtually and chat with others. And I think I know there's a couple of free charts and, all of that fun stuff. Denise, I'm using the browns and blue colors, but changing 926 to 3731. Oh, fun. Beatrice, I couldn't find the Midsummer Stitch who is hosting that Lindy Stitches. If you go to her Instagram, you can get a link. It's an $8 ticket, I believe. Here, I'll find a link. How about that? Hi, Karen. I am going to grab a link to it since we keep talking about it, and I'll just make it easy for everybody. How about that? Give me 1 second. Sorry, everyone. Do I have it open? Okay. Here we go. We'll get there in the end. Probably should have had Shari do it. She probably could have done it faster than me. Okay, there we go. I put a link to it if you want to kind of read more about it, check it out, all of that good stuff. Mary, it should send you a new link if you get logged out, I think. I don't know. The tech part of that, I'm not good with. Oh, how fun! Kim says that they're doing a show and tell right now, so she has another device open. watching the show and tell portion of it. That's awesome. And Terry's bouncing back and forth. Shari, I know I don't know why I haven't given you the power. Will you please remind me? It isn't that I won't, it's just that I forget. We'll give Shari the power to be a moderator. She's on her phone tonight. Oh, well, it's good that I did that. Oh, Billy, thank you. That's so nice. I know it's tough when there's multiple things going on. When I planned this, I didn't realize that. But I also know this is replay available, so that's good. And I'll be here next week. Oh, good, Mary. I'm glad. I'm glad that worked. Fantastic. Just bought DMC floss today. Isn't that awesome? The DMC is so readily available, so it does make it very nice to be able to easily pick up your floss, use a nice light fabric, and just start stitching. Looks like there's a couple of you stitching on potato colored fabric. I'm very excited to see how that looks. That'll be pretty. Have you been doing a lot of Christmas in July stitching? Are you ready to start stitching Christmas? I mean, I could stitch Christmas all year long, but let me know. This is kind of our Christmas in July and August. Ha ha ha! Debbie wants to know if Shari will share the over-dyed colors she's using. I believe Shari chose to do, if I'm not mistaken, Shari is going to do the classic holiday colorway, but I might be wrong about that. And Lucille pulled from her stash Classic Colorworks. This is a great chart to be able to pull from stash as well. I love that. Melissa says she stitched Christmas and Halloween all year long. I'm itching to start stitching Halloween too. And fall. My favorite season of all. Ready to stitch Halloween, Nan says. Nan's a girl after my own heart there. Yeah, Karen's been stitching on Snow Magical. I love it. Kathy is not stitching right now. But we can give Kathy a pass because she stitched it already. And that's funny, Kathy, about the thank you notes. I actually did that today too. Need to finish Quaker Holiday. Stitching the Biscornu right now from the season. Yay! Determined to finish tonight, then rolling right into this one. Perfect! Oh, you're welcome, Beth. Thank you. It's super fun. It's super fun to do these. And this is so, like, just so special and fun since it's a brand new chart. Isn't that amazing? Autumn everything is my favorite, Melissa said. She said, it's ironic given that she lives in Southern California and you don't really have autumn. Oh, yeah. Well, here where I live in Kansas, here's our big joke about autumn. It's my favorite season. And what happens is it's hot as Hades. and it's hot as Hades, hot, 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 hot. And then we get like 3 or 4 days of fall, and it's so pretty. And then the wind blows, and it's cold. So that's my joke about how much fall we get. Not great. Sherry says she's got Halloween going, patriotic, and all over the place. That's the best way to be. Cynthia says she doesn't usually like Christmas in July, but loves this piece. And you can always stitch it later. If you pick it up now and you don't want to do Christmas in July, you can always do it later. What I love about this is that even though it's great for holiday season, obviously, it'll be beautiful like in January, don't you guys think? I think I'll leave mine up. And I kind of love that about it. And I love that about several of the colorways are definitely a little less Christmassy. Melissa says that she grew up in Tennessee and they always joked that autumn was their favorite 2 weeks of the year. That is a fantastic way to say it, Melissa. I might adopt that. That's hilarious. Stacy said Wyoming Falls can be just like that. Hello, Sissy Sue. Sounds like Texas. Exactly. Yes. Oh my gosh, Barb, come make me. Barb just made an ice cream soda root beer float. And that sounds amazing. Oh man. I have not had a root beer float in forever. I gotta tell you, I'm tempted to run over to the store when I'm done stitching. I'm hungry. That's the problem. It'll look, yes, Karen says she was just thinking that it'll look beautiful throughout the winter season. Oh, Sandy, 107 today. Yuck. It was actually decent here today. I don't know what it actually got to. I know this, probably low to mid 90s, because when I walked outside, I didn't immediately want to turn around and go back in. Heidi, I like that as well. She says, I'm not productive enough to dismiss Christmas in July or Halloween in April. You know what? I like that too. That's a wonderful way to think about it. Me neither. I mean, I feel like I'm fairly productive, but when the mood strikes, I feel like I should just do it right then and there. I was discussing that with my oldest today. He wanted to buy something. He knew it was limited edition. He should have went and got it last weekend, and he didn't. And then it was sold out everywhere. And he called today to tell me basically that he was a dummy. And he said, lesson learned. And I said, yep, that's sometimes the hardest lesson, is learning that you should take care of something right then and there. Charlotte says, in Arizona desert, we have summer and then summer in all caps. Yes. True. Oh, Jennifer. She says only in the low 70s right now, 65 perfect. That is like my dream. In fact, the last few mornings have been so beautiful. They've been 65 or 70, so it's definitely been cooler here. And then it gets up to, 95, 97 or whatever during the day. But I've been taking the boys for a walk. When I woke up in the morning and it was already like 80 something, that's just too hot for my fur balls. But these last few mornings, and they have loved it. Loved it, loved it. So I try to take them early when it's still cool out. Oh, nice. 80 in Atlanta today. That sounds fantastic. Oh, shoot. Hate when that happens. We're just going to trim that and start again. I should probably see where our poll is at because I like seeing. Lucille says she grew up in Arizona, but she lives in Ohio now and loves the four season. And Meredith says beautiful autumns in Wisconsin. I'll have to come visit. Okay, let me pop over and I just check the poll. So yes, the blues is definitely winning at 60%. Winter Forest, which is the colorway I'm stitching with the greens, is 19, original 8, and classic holiday 13. Love that. Let's see. Janice says she's stitching in 2 color combos, samplers with blues and ornaments with dark green. Oh, she says, love, love, love this. Oh, I'm so glad. That's exciting. I love to see that you might be mixing it up a little bit. Oh no. So let's see. I got to scroll back. Melissa said that she learned that lesson the hard way. She didn't get the limited edition. Sorry, can't, and she's having major regret. That does happen. It's 70. Oh, sorry. I am going to come visit. Yes, I hate when I have regret like that. That happens all of the time. Okay, Peg wants to know if my floss drop is from a die. It is, and I will link it in the description when I'm done. So I do die. Tongue-tied. I do die cut them, and I like it a lot. And I do that for my DMC. I keep my overdyed flosses on whatever card they come on. But I will link that here in the description when we're done. And if I said Binzi, did I say where it was from? It's from Pashta. I might be having one of those. My brain might be shutting off. Melissa, the great thing about Sorry Can't, it will be coming to Chantal's shop. Not the full kit, but you will still be able to purchase the chart through her. I believe she said September. I hope I'm not wrong about that. Nice. Melissa also is doing the sampler in blues, and then she's doing the ornaments in classic to match what she already has. That is fantastic. So guess who went and bought a Halloween tree at Michael's today? I did. I guess I'm going to try to stitch Halloween ornaments. I wanted to have a Halloween tree. Let's see. Pat, I would come visit 68 in Durango. That sounds amazing. Margaret, for the markup RXP. Yes, that's a good point. Thank you. She said that Elizabeth Ann did a little basic tutorial in her latest Flosstube, and yes, she did. And it's a nice little kind of walkthrough that would probably get you through the basics. I'll link that too. I'll link to her video, and I will link my floss drops. Oh, Melissa said, already planning on getting Sorry Can't in September. Yes, good. What card weight are you using for the floss die? 110 pound weight Nina is what I always, it's what I have and I use for everything. So that's what I used for those. And it's nice and sturdy. I've had no problem with it because of it. And Kathy is wanting everybody to know that it's September for Sorry Can't, and she'll have various small kit options. Thank you. I just didn't want to say wrong. I thought that's what she told me, but, you know, my brain can only hold so much. I love decorating for Halloween. I'm kind of ready. I don't even know what's wrong with me. Maybe it's because I'm just wishing that it was cooler out. Oh, I gotta get closer to myself. Oh, thank you, Melissa. She says that Markup RXP has tutorials on their YouTube channel too. Okay, I'm going to check that out. Good to know. Thank you for sharing. I always find out all of the best information comes in the chat. Oh yeah, Shari and I have that regret many times. We for sure do. Oh, yep, and Dawn is also saying Markup RXP has amazing tutorials. Okay, so for sure, check that out, everybody. Oh, Lucille says she works at Kohl's and put out a ton of Halloween stuff today. Well, it must be going up everywhere, huh? I have, Stephanie. She said, did you hear about the ornament box from Chantal? And it will be 5 ornaments and 5 patterns. Isn't that exciting? So exciting. That will go for sale September 1st. I got a pencil tree, Shari. I like the pencil trees. I'll have to look. I think it's 6 foot. Let's see. Linda says, will Chantal be doing a tutorial on painting, staining the frame? I think I want to stain mine instead of painting. I don't know if she's doing a tutorial, but I'm staining mine, and I will have a tutorial. Oh, so many of you look like you're downloading Markup RXP. That's awesome. Oh no, Erin says 1 stitch into hers and she has a knot. Don't you hate that? The ornament in the ornament box is going to be just epic. Super excited. Oh, nice. Samantha says that she makes floss drops out using her Cricut from scrapbook paper and cardstock to make them a little sturdier. Yes, but it is a skinny little pencil tree, so it's not going to be very big around. I like the little skinny pencil trees. I think I'll like it. I have like the flocked one and then another one for holiday time, so I really liked that Christy, Java Girl Stitches, she shared on Instagram her 4th of July tree, which I thought was super cute. I loved it. Would you mind sharing what magnifier light you're using? I need a new one. Yes, it's down in the description of the video, Diana. It's called a Daylight Halo Go. Suela says, never bought a Chantal ornament box. What to expect? Well, this year it is a little different. This year it will be 5 wood ornaments and 5 exclusive charts from Cross Stitch Designers. And then a few finishing bonus things that you would use, like you can use for finishing or you don't have to. So, you know, things that you use to finish ornaments. I don't know exactly what that will be, but little extras and things like that. But the charts from the designers will be made to perfectly coordinate with the ornaments. No guessing. Peg says, do any of you use beeswax on the floss? Sometimes I do, yes. Shari says she doesn't know if she can convince her husband for another tree. They do take up... I have a little spot where it won't be in the way, but I tend to be a little extra. I'm sure this shocks no one. If you follow me for card making, the fact that I tend to be extra, and for Halloween I'm super extra, Christmas too for that matter, so that doesn't shock anyone. Oh, yeah. Jennifer, I think you'll like the light. Yep. Karen uses beeswax. It really depends. If I start having tons of trouble, I don't use it often. But there have been, and I can't even think now, it's been a little bit since I've used it. If there have been a couple of different flosses I've used in the past, and they, for whatever reason, I feel like it was an overdyed of some sort, kept knotting. I should probably go back. And so I used it, and it really made a huge difference. And Chantal is 141 Design, and she makes the finishing board. She made the finishing board for this that you can purchase. And she also has a YouTube channel here, and she makes finishing products for cross stitch and crafting. Lucille, I've done several. I do have another video that I need to film, but I have been getting ready for an event I'm going to teach at, so I feel like I've messed up somewhere. Oh, there. So I haven't got it edited yet, so it will come when I can. There is a link to Chantal down in the description here. You're welcome, Anne. Caroline, I think you're right. She said the overdyed, it was. What color was that for the Valentine Quaker? And it did. Oh, it just tangled and tangled. I can picture it, but I can't think of the color for it. Janice has a black pencil tree, and she says she loves it. Okay, good. If you knew how many times I put it in my cart and took it out last year, and then I was going to try to find something else, and I think I even asked here, like, what should I get? And there were several suggestions, and I just couldn't pull the trigger because it wasn't exactly what I wanted. And then I waited too long, and the one I wanted at Michael's was gone. So it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing, and so I happened to see it, and I thought, oh, I'll just get it. I got it now, and we're good. Watermelon! I think you're right. Oh, nice, Mary. That's so fun. She said she's in and out of the Midsummer Stitch, and someone posted the Biscornu that they made using my tutorial. That's so nice. Oh, Shari does have a 2-foot Halloween tree. See, Shari, you have one. Oh, nice. Thank you, Samantha. She said she used my Project Bags tutorial this week. Ripe melon. That's what it is. Shari, thanks. See, we got there in the end. It was a melon. Ripe melon. We were not friends, Beth said. No, we were not. Ripe melon was kind of the pits, to be honest. Lots of ripe melon. Now, here it's coming fast and furious in the chat. Okay, did everyone experience that with ripe melon, or was it just a few of us? Isn't that so odd that it's just that one color if it was multiple? I mean, even if it was one other person, sometimes I just think it's me. It's so weird. Okay, does anyone have any questions? We are coming up on an hour, and I'm kind of at a stopping point on this before I move down and keep stitching, so I'll just leave that dangling for now. Here's what the light looks like. And it does fold up nice, and it does have a power charger, so it fits in bags. Super handy. Highly recommend. I love, love, love mine. I will add the Floss Drop link as soon as I'm not live. Oh yeah, Beth said hers knotted like crazy. And Tabitha used cherry tomato, and hers knotted up too. Isn't that crazy? Oh, Melanie, thank you. That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. Deborah had knots too. That's just so funny that so many of us experienced that. It must have been either that lot of floss or something. Crazy, crazy. Okay, everyone. I think that is it for tonight. Keep stitching. Definitely tag me at Nichol Spohr on Instagram or tag me on Facebook so that I can see, make sure and use the Hygge Holiday Sal 2024 hashtag as well, and follow that hashtag if you want to see like different colors that people are using or different fabrics or all of that. Oh, yeah, Meredith, the video will be on replay. There's a whole playlist that will be for this Sal only. I have playlists for all of my Sals, so you can go back and watch as much as you want, for sure. Thank you so much, Kathy, for popping in here this evening. And Karen loves that light. Perfect. I'm so glad. Margaret has too and loves them. Oh, Terry said that she had so much trouble with that floss, she switched to Priscilla Pink. Oh, I bet that was really pretty. That's fun. So keep on stitching, and I cannot wait to see your progress. I'm sure that Kathy can't wait to see your progress either. If you're going to Midsummer Stitch, go have fun. Hopefully I'll see you over there here in a little bit after I grab a bite to eat. I'm going to be stitching on Hygge Holiday all evening or all weekend probably, or until I get this quadrant done. I will be back here next Friday evening at 7 p.m. Central Time. I'll be posting throughout the week on social media as well. So thank you guys. I appreciate you all so very much. Thank you for stitching with me and doing another Sal with me. I will see you guys in the next video, and have a great weekend. Bye. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, click that like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to always be notified when I have a new Flosstube stitching or quilting video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.